Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Lisa, and I'm here to share some devotionals with all of you. The first one is titled Amazing Orchids. An amazing fact: orchids are truly amazing flowers. They represent the largest family of flowering plants in the world and come in a kaleidoscope of diversity. There are about 25,000 species of orchids. That's 4 times as many species as mammals and twice as many as birds. Orchids grow on 6 continents in almost every habitat, ranging from deserts to swamps, alpine pastures to polar tundra, but most species are found in the wet tropical forests. If you like vanilla, you actually like orchids. The vanilla stick is simply the fermented and blackened pod of an orchid found in Mexico. Like many plants, orchids need outside help to pollinate and reproduce. Because few orchids offer nectar or edible pollen, they must resort to a broad array of very creative aromatic, visual, or tactile tricks to attract potential pollinators. Some orchid petals imitate bees or butterflies. Others can look like lizards, frogs, or even hummingbirds. Others mimic male bees in flight, hoping to incite territorial combat that will result in pollination. The flowers may produce attractive odors to lure bees with sweet promise by copying the appearance and scent of nectar-producing flowers, while others, as in the case of a Dracula orchid, attract gnats or flies by producing an array of nasty smells like fungus, rotten meat, or even dirty diapers. Some orchids promise shelter, with petals in the shape of insect burrows. The bugs crawl in for protection and come out with pollen. Certain orchids accomplish pollination by mimicking the appearance, scent, and even the feel of a particular female bee. When a male bee jostles the orchid's column, 2 yellow sacs packed with pollen are stuck to his back with quick-drying glue. Then there's the cetum orchids which slingshot a sticky pollen-loaded bundle on any hapless insect that bumps the trigger. Obviously, these flowers don't see or hear, and they're unaware of their own colors and patterns. Mindless flowers could never develop this astounding arsenal of pollinating methods by themselves. It took the hand of an intelligent creator, God, who loves and cares for all of his creations. In the words of Psalm 104, verse 24, O Lord, how manifold are your works! In wisdom you have made them all. Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not. And yet I say unto you, that Solomon, in all his glory, was not arrayed like one of these. Luke 12, verse 27. And that's the end of the first one. And the second one is titled, The Blessing of Water. An amazing fact. Have you heard these water statistics? Number 1, by some estimates, about 75% of people in the US are chronically dehydrated. Number 2, perhaps 1/3 of people in the US have a sensation of thirst so weak that it's often mistaken for hunger. Maybe this is why one study revealed that a glass of water will shut down nighttime hunger pangs for most people. Number 3, even a small amount of dehydration can slow a person's metabolism down. For this reason, lack of water is the primary cause of fatigue during the day. And number 4, a 2% drop in body water can cause fuzzy, short-term memory, difficulty with basic math, and trouble focusing on a computer screen or on a printed page. By the time a person feels thirsty, the body has already lost about 1% of its water volume. And number 5, drinking sufficient water every day decreases the risk of colon cancer, bladder cancer, and very possibly other cancers. The American Cancer Society recommends drinking at least 8 cups of liquid a day. It's obvious that proper water intake can eliminate or ease a whole host of common health problems. This shouldn't be surprising, since our bodies are up to 75% water. Water plays a role in almost every body function, carrying nutrients and oxygen to every cell, helping us to breathe, cushioning and protecting our vital organs and joints, converting food into energy, and removing waste. While water is the cure for physical dehydration, the Bible teaches that living water will save us from spiritual dehydration. When Jesus met the Samaritan woman at Jacob's well, he asked her for a drink. When she tried to change the subject, he offered her living water. John 4, verse 10. It all sounded good to the woman who asked about the source of such water. Jesus told her, "Whoever drinks of this water will thirst again, but whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst, but the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water springing up into everlasting life." And that's in verses 13 and 14. If you're thirsty today, he invites you to come to him and drink. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Revelation 7, verse 17. And that's the end of the second one. And the last one I'd like to share with you is titled, "Why Does God Sometimes Seem Silent When We Need Him Most?" Most sincere Christians have asked this important and perplexing question at some time in their lives. I think we need to remember that when we ask God for something and it seems as though He is silent, He might still be answering us, though maybe not in the way we want or expect Him to answer. If we ask God for direction or to relieve some stressful situation, it might seem as though nothing is happening when, in fact, He could be asking us to keep trusting and to wait patiently. God has 3 answers He can give to our prayers: yes, no, or wait. If an answer doesn't come quickly, perhaps circumstances have not ripened to where God is prepared to act. Maybe other individuals are involved in our request, and God is working on their hearts. The timing might not be just right. In this situation, keep praying, keep asking, keep believing, and keep trusting. If we are praying according to His will, God has promised to answer, but He will give us the answer we need at the right time. See His promise in Psalm 32, verse 8. Sometimes God has already given the answer in His Word. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119, verse 105. Search the scriptures and you might discover some light for your specific situation. Finally, when the Canaanite woman came to Jesus and begged Him to heal her demon-possessed daughter, at first He did not answer because He was testing her faith. With determination, She continued to plead for his help. Jesus then responded, "Great is your faith. Let it be to you as you desire." Matthew 15, verse 28. And he healed her daughter. In this story, we see the critical importance of perseverance and faith in our prayers. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coasts and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us. Matthew 15, verses 22 and 23. And that is the end of these devotionals. I pray you all have a beautiful day in the Lord. God bless each and every one of you, and I will see you either next video or in the air. Bye-bye.